Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I am all bundled up. It is cold. Not as cold as it has been the past couple days, anyway. But I hope I'm not lagging. It looks like I'm lagging on my phone. But cheers. Cheers, everybody. Oh, my goodness. So I'm just layered up, bundled up. As y'all come in, let me know if you guys can hear me, if you guys can see me well, because I don't know if my Wi-Fi is messing up or not. But good morning, y'all. I'm just having a few slices of bread. First time I've caught you live. Oh, nice. Well, hello. Wow, all the way from Ireland. Well, welcome to my live, where we talk about nothing and everything. Oh, hello. Okay, cool. You can hear me? It just seems weird. I don't know if it's just the lighting, the phone, the spot that I have it on. I don't know. But good. I'm glad it's working. Good morning, you guys, or evening. I'm not sure what it is where you guys are at. Yeah. So today, I don't have much to talk about. More like complaining how tired I am and how the weather is just making me even more worn out. Once you get older, oh my God, all your bones hurt, right? Oh, good morning, Erica. Good morning, Douglas. Oh, from East Tennessee. All right. Cool. We have anybody here closer to me? Oh, from Georgia. Nice. I'm in California, guys. I think Erica is actually closest to me right now. Oh my gosh. My hands are freezing. Well, thank you for being on here. Yeah, so I have several videos coming up, you guys. I've just been switching the van around a little bit. Y'all can have a little sneak peek right here. Well, if I move my hand, right? Kind of, sort of. It's a little hard to see. But I've rearranged. I've moved my bed over. I've rearranged. I've done a few things in there. A few things just basically rearranged, guys. Rearrange. I haven't really bought anything. I haven't put anything snazzy on there. I need some color. It's all blah right there. Just how I'm dressed, it's all just blah. What are your plans to travel and stay warm? Oh, man. So I thought about doing a video about that. But basically what I've done to stay warm is I tried the hot hand warmers, the hot hands, I think they're called. And they get warm supposedly if they're like out in the oxygen and you're shaking them. And so when you're trying to sleep, that's a pain in the butt. Like when I'm trying to sleep, I just want to like put my hands and just go to sleep, right? I don't want to be shaking the thing and doing all that. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, I try to keep my van build pretty minimal. But what actually works is putting like a blanket or a beanie cap. I call them beanies. They're those little soft hats. And I cover my eyes and my nose here because that my head and my nose get really cold, my hands too, but I can tuck them in my sleeping bag. So all I do is put one of those like winter caps on and cover myself. Basically just this part right here is what you can't see, but what I have out exposed, and then the rest I'm covered. And then I have I think it's a 30-degree sleeping bag, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 50. I think it's 30. And then I have a few blankets, fleece blankets that I put inside my sleeping bag. And that's pretty much all I do. I stay warm. what I do is take my socks off and take my pants off. A lot of times I would like to sleep with a long sleeve shirt because sometimes I do make my arms go out, and then of course it catches all like the cold air around. But as far as like my whatever is my body from like about my chest down, it stays really really warm once I sleep. And if I happen to wake up through the middle of the night, then it is toasty. It is toasty. Let's see, was it hard to adjust from sticks and bricks? No, no, it really wasn't that hard because I have been doing this on and off for a while. And right now I'm not full time, at least not in my van. I'm in an RV. But it's to go full time from just like camping and from doing it on road trips, it is a little tougher. It really is. And then depends on how you're traveling. So if you're staying in an area that you already know, that you're familiar with, then it's not as big of a deal for me because I feel more at ease. If I'm just traveling from different place or in a whole new place, I get really like nervous and like a little bit of anxiety. And I don't know where I'm at. I don't know where anything's at. But I mean, you have Google now, right? You have GPS and all that. But still, I get like, oh, where am I at? Oh my God, I don't know where to park, and the knock. So all that stuff kind of stresses me out. I have to know the area a little bit, at least like scope out my sleeping arrangement where I'm gonna park while it's still daylight. Otherwise, I don't sleep right. But because I already was familiar with the lifestyle, it wasn't as hard. I can only imagine if I was just thrown in there to just go from straight house to a van to a car, because I started in my Prius. Oh my God, that would have been miserable. I would have been very miserable, especially not knowing anything about like the van life, the car life, RV life, anything like that. But I have been familiar with that throughout the years, so it's not like a complete shock. Do you guys live in a van or in a car or anything like that? An RV? Let's see, covering your head makes a big difference when it's cold at night. Also wearing mittens when you sleep you wear mittens. I might try that. But normally my hands are fine. Well, they get cold and my feet get cold, my nose gets cold, the top of my head gets cold. But once I'm actually in bed and relaxing for a while, it warms up really quick. Yeah, because there's times I wake up in the middle of the night and I've been sleeping for a while, obviously, and my whole body is toasty. It's toasty. And I'm the type that gets cold real easy. My extremities get cold real easy. But what really helps is the covering my head, because I just feel so uncomfortable and so cold. Like the rest of my body will be toasty, but my head is super cold. I can't sleep. So I have to have something covering. At first I would have a little super thin fleece blanket, and I would just fold it and fold it and fold it till I got it to the right size where it could just kind of just lay here. And that seemed to work fine. And I experienced I think it was -15 wind chills, and I was sleeping in my van. That was last winter, I believe. And that was cold. My God, the wind was ridiculously cold. Oh, but like, of course, you have the windbreak in the van. I don't have any like air seeping in or anything like that. It's pretty solid. I don't think this vehicle has been in any wreck or anything like that where like my doors might have some wind coming in and all that. So that's a huge help too. Having like pretty airtight vehicle, that helps out. I don't think I even cracked my windows for ventilation. It was too cold. It was way too cold. But I thought about making a video of how I stay warm. And what works for me is just sleeping in my undies with a long sleeve shirt, having 1 to 2 fleece blankets inside my sleeping bag, and then wearing a hat to cover my my nose and my eyes. And then it also helps you sleep because it's darker. At least for me, it's darker, and I'm not seeing like the traffic light come through and it waking me up and all that. So that helps. But yeah, thanks for asking that. That's how I stay warm. Do you happen to live in a van or in a vehicle? And how do you stay warm? I kind of want to show you guys my setup, but I mean, not as many people watch my actual lives versus my videos, so maybe I can show you guys. Oh, you live in a sticks and bricks, doing a 9 to 5. My spouse has Parkinson's and removing, oh my gosh, from a stroke. So traveling is a dream of mine. Oh my gosh. And watching the vlogs help me. Yeah, dang, sorry to hear that. That sounds like a tough situation. But yeah, I mean, I don't travel as much as I would like to either. And sometimes for me, it's more financial because I mean, I'm sure you know, having to pay and work and pay and travel it's tough. It's tough. And then adding, you know, a loved one that you have to take care of, that's even tougher. But oh my gosh. Well, that's kind of what I did to kind of daydream on here, watch different videos and all that. But I know I'm gonna show you guys anyway, because I know not a lot of people watch my actual lives. So let me go back here. I'll show you guys. You guys get a pre. Close that. Whew. Okay, let me take my jacket off, and then I'll show you. I'll show you around. I'll give y'all the preview of the video coming up. And then I just hang my jacket right here. And then, so what I ended up doing was switching. My bed was right behind the passenger side here. And then this, driver's side. And this is the passenger side. So I had my bed on this side. And now I have it on the passenger side, because I go in and out through this door. Let me flip it around so y'all can see. It's a little hard to see, right? And I can flip the camera around so y'all can see it a little bit better, but I know it's a little wobbly, sorry. Okay, let me flip it around. Hola dia, how's your Sunday? My Sunday is awesome, guys. Okay, let me flip the camera around. Whoa, focus. All right, so I had my phone holder prop, so I opened up my bug out bag here. But look, so you see my phone holder prop right there? I just put my phone right on there, and then y'all can see me. I've got my coffee and my bread, and I also have the other part of that. This is a food jar container. So that right there is the third piece of it. And I took out some water bottles because sometimes I put water bottles there and hold my phone. So anyway, y'all can see my messiness right here, my coffee. And then the curtains, Good morning, Cindy. My curtains. I know this seat is farther back because my mom likes her seat like almost laying down, it seems like. But it doesn't, there's like a huge gap here. Then if I stretch it this way, there's a gap here. So I have to change these curtains. I'll have to change those curtains and get some black ones probably. That'll work a lot better. And then my bed, I already sat on it, so it looks all special now. Look, you see my butt print right there. Anyway, so I've got a little, what is that, quilt? All my bedding is inside the RV, so like there is no bedding here. And under, and what is my bed made out of, guys? Foam, 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 and more foam. And then the little piece of foam bedding that the cot came with. Then I have my Reflectix. And then this is a Coleman. If you guys haven't seen it yet, it is a Coleman Comfort Smart. And I'm short, so I was able to buy the 69 by 25 by 15. I don't need the super long one because I'm pretty short. And then one of my favorite things is my kitchenette. So this right here is a shoe rack. And you can actually sit on this. It holds about 200 pounds. So most people can actually sit there and put their shoes and everything. But for me, it's a kitchen. It holds some of my kitchen stuff. See if y'all can see that a little better. I know with the lighting and everything, it's a little tough. But I still have my butane stove here, which I don't hardly use anymore. What I use is this hot pot right here. And it came with the cord, the spatula thingy, and the hot pot. And you plug it in right here. And it's really big. Like I just wiped it down from the last time. I didn't actually wash it. And it's non-stick. So, I mean, you can see I didn't wash it. I just wiped it down, kind of like a cast iron. But it works awesome. Let me see what y'all putting. Douglas says hello to everyone in the live. Something else is here. If it's comfortable, that's what matters. Yep, it is. Because everybody has different comforts. Like some people like a firm bed. Some people like a very, very soft bed. And that's me. I love a very soft bed. Some people like to wear different color clothing. Some people like black. Some people, so yeah, it is to everybody's comfort. Let's see. Does reflectance help with moisture? I don't think so. I don't think it does. If there's moisture, then a towel, microfiber, you'll just have to wipe it. I don't think that helps with it. Keeping a window cracked, maybe. That might help. Let's see what else. I'm late to the live today, but hope you are having a good weekend. Tim G. Yes, we're having an awesome weekend. And I'm just showing you guys a preview, like, of what I have in my van. I have an actual video coming up, a couple videos where I switch it around. And then, let me turn the camera around anyway. So where I have a couple videos coming up where I set up my van a certain way. And then I don't like it, so I reset it to what I'm showing you guys now. But back here, I ended up putting my Bluetti and my fridge. So the Bluetti battery, the big 2000 watt Bluetti, 60 pounds of extreme power there. And then this is the Bouge RV. And nothing is plugged in right now, you guys, but I have this right here. It's for my big 2000 watt Bluetti. It's for this. And then in this box, I just kept the box, and this is where the connections for the fridge are. But yeah, the fridge works nice. Nice, nice, nice. I had that in my last Sticks and Bricks before I moved from Oklahoma to California. I actually used it in the house and it works awesome. So put that up. So I'm thinking like I'll probably have to do a video on how many days I can run my fridge just off of this huge huge Bluetti, and I'm hoping it'll give me a week. That would be awesome, right? And then I have a smaller one. I have a smaller Bluetti, which is the EB3A. And this one I can cook with this hot pot several times before I need to recharge it. Then of course you can charge phones, laptops, USB stuff, all that kind of fans, whatever. It'll run for days. Then I have a folding table here. I think this one also is supposed to hold like 100 something pounds or something like that. It's a lightweight aluminum. But let me lift up the bed so you guys can get a kind of a sneak peek, right? Let's see if I can. All right. See, this is what I have under my bed. I've got some milk crates. I've got a jug of water, a 3-gallon jug of water. I got some backpacks. I got some Coleman chairs. I've got my little tool bag right here. And I just keep my trash. Sorry. It's like everybody knows in my family, right, that I do live streams on Sundays. They know, and Cora was calling me. Cora's my daughter. So if it froze and it was acting wonky, that's why. Anyway, let's see, Tim G. Oh, you're in California too. Nice. Nice, nice. Yeah, so as far as the video, it's kind of hard to see. But yeah, these reflectix here, they do not help at all for much. Just for cover, pretty much. Like, it's just to cover this. And it reflects the sunshine and reflects, I guess, the warmth or the coolness. That's about it. That's all that this is really for. Privacy. And when it's sunny, you can block the sunlight and it won't be too hot in here. Or if you have some kind of heat source, maybe it'll help contain the heat source in here. Other than that, I don't think this really thin piece of reflectix does much more than that. All right, back to my coffee, you guys. Oh yeah, and then see, you can sit on this, no problem. Put this back. But yeah, that's pretty much the tour of the van. I do a little bit more detail, obviously, in my actual tour video, but so y'all can kind of see, since y'all are my homies on the live. And then I make sure to have in this cubby here. So hopefully y'all can see that. In this cubby, I'll show you what I have. So I carry this trunk organizer. And it It goes into like three big sections, guys. Super lightweight. I bought this for like 9 something, 10 bucks plus tax. And it folds to this, to like almost nothing. And then it expands, right, to a whole bunch. Let's see what else. I have a hammock, which I'm not gonna like take it all out, but you can see the material is really thin, but it's strong. So I have a hammock, because you just never know where you're gonna end up, right? You might end up between a couple nice trees or posts or whatever, and you can relax. I love hammocks, I really do. Let's see, what does it say? Hope I'm watching the weather. It's gonna be snowy and icy in the mid. Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be that bad here, but we had a nasty windstorm yesterday evening till super early this morning. And it kind of died down. The sun's coming out now. All right, I bought an extension cord. I think this is like a 10 or 12 gauge. I don't know. It's strong enough. I asked my brother if this one was good enough to connect to like a smaller appliances or like a microwave, coffee maker, things like that. And he said yes. So I got the okay from my brother, so I got it. And at first I had got one from Walmart, and it was only like the one plug, because I was like, well, I'm not really going to connect anything like daisy chain or too much going on the one cord. But then I changed my mind, because I realized, wait a minute. Oh, hi, Eliana. Good morning. Because then I was like, okay, well, I can plug several things in instead of having to plug and unplug and plug something else and plug it. I can keep them all plugged in. I just don't have to turn the appliance on, and that'll save me a little bit of a headache, right? So I ended up getting the one that has 3 for the one extension cord. And when you plug this into your power source, it lights up, so it tells you you are good to go. So I have that too. And then the last thing I have there is jumper cables. So thank goodness I have not had to use this, but just in case, that's what I have in that cubby. And then hanging next to my cubby, I have this like duster thing. It's called the Original California Car Duster. So it's specifically made for us Californians. Just kidding. But it's just one of these, you just go around on the outside of your vehicle, and it's perfect for I'm coughing. All that dust I've been wiping. So it's perfect for where I'm at now, because I'm in the desert and we get a lot of wind. We get a lot of sand and dust and everything build up. So it helps. It helps a lot, actually. Let's see. You're having some hot chocolate right now. Sorry, because it looks like that, because I'm reading the comments, guys. What part of California? So right now I am in the high desert. I think that's what they call it, in Barstow area. That's where I am. Let me go get my coffee, since you're talking about hot chocolate. Whoa. Woo. Okay. Hello, Dora. Hello, Dora. So cheers to everybody. All right. So I thought about giving some of my stuff away, you guys. Like, I have the butane as a backup, just in case I'm not able to charge my appliances. I mean, my batteries, and use my electric appliances. So I thought about giving some of this stuff away. But maybe if I do some kind of meetup, I can see who needs it, who's starting, or just happen to come across somebody, right? I can give them. This works awesome, and it heats really, really fast and wonderful. But I don't use it anymore. So it's just like a backup to my backup. Let's see. Sky Blue, Miss Erica. How did I first get interested in prepping? Oh my goodness. That's a good question. Maybe I was always kind of familiar with it. My mom ended up being a single mom for a while, and she grew up in Mexico, and her mom raised quite a few kids, almost a dozen kids, by herself for many, many years, because my grandpa passed away real young, and so she had a hard time. Like a lot of people in third world countries, just even now, they still live like they're in the depression. Like they struggle, they have a hard time finding jobs, or maybe they only have like a little bit of money, or they might trade their skills or whatever for food. I don't know. Like a lot of them, I'll see a lot of videos, I'll see a lot of documentaries, but there's a lot of people like really struggling. And we're super privileged to be in this first world country, right, guys? So like where I can be like, oh, I don't need this anymore, I'm just gonna give it away to somebody, or I don't want it, I'm just gonna throw it away. So I mean, I look at that too when people do a lot of shows, or they do documentaries, or they do videos about like the Great Depression, how they struggled or what they did, and like the ingenious ways that that people had to go through, and how to like grow your own garden, and just they learned how to be frugal. Even if they weren't, they had to learn how. So you had to have like reserves and all that. But I think a lot of it, I would see my mom just like more towards the extreme, more like hoarding, like borderline hoarding. So she always had extras of everything that she needed. But I think what really dove me deep into prepping is YouTube videos, being aware of it in that sense, because I didn't know like prepping, what prepping was per se, like the actual meaning. It just, you kept extra food, you kept, you know, an extra pair of batteries, or extra pair of whatever it may be, right, just in case something broke. So it was just natural, it was normal, you know, we just did that. Putting my stuff up, guys. And yeah, that's how I got into like the now prepping is YouTube. Really, many years ago, I started to watch the YouTube videos, like most of us, right? And I'm trying to see where I can put you. Well, anyway, I'll just set you there while I fix this. So I think that's how I really got into prepping, to tiny houses, to just about everything. Being more exposed to it was basically YouTube. YouTube showed me the way. YouTube exposed me to a lot of things. I didn't know about tiny houses. I knew about like RVs. And I thought RVs would be so cool. And then to actually own one, to live in one, to maintain one, it's like, oh, this is a lot of work. And and then to have your own house, to own that, to maintain it, to just keep the upkeep, the maintenance and all that stuff. Oh my God. That's like 10 times more than like a RV or a van or anything like that. So I've been simplifying my life more and more and more, because I want less responsibilities. Is that weird? Do you guys feel that too? Like I don't even want to deal with a lot of stuff, and I don't want to have to pay extra for a lot of stuff. I just want to keep my life super basic, super simple. I don't know. Is that just me? Am I the weird one? Let's see. So, oh yeah, finishing Cindy's comment. She's getting ready for a trip. Ooh, my van is landed. I'm trying to downsize. Ooh, I know it, Cindy. It's hard. It's hard to downsize, especially with like the newer gadgets. For me, I think what makes it hard to downsize is like, dang, I spent this money on this stuff and just to get rid of it. You know what I could have done with all that money? What helps the downsizing is if I know somebody needs it, or if I can donate it. That helps a little bit of that feeling, but it still sucks because I still wasted money. Let me go up to the front now, you guys. You guys got kind of an overview of my van. It's a little windy out there. All right. And Tim G, yes, I have two sliding doors. I have a button where I can push it and it can be like an automatic slide, or if I push that button again to turn it on or off, then I can just manually open it and slide it myself. So that comes in handy. That's really cool. Noodle Pear says, bye, Cindy. And she also says, I learned so much from YouTube. I do too. I do too. A lot of stuff is more entertainment, but because you have to take it with a grain of salt. Like, some stuff is just people's opinion, not really facts. Some things are facts, and some things are, okay, their opinions meshed with facts and what has worked and what has not worked for a certain people. So let's see. Douglas. Not all the older. Oh, not what older. I get, I simplify it. Oh yeah. Yeah, now that you're getting older, simplicity is a goal, isn't it? It's like maybe because we already tried the hustle and bustle and try to acquire, try to do this, try to do that, and like our body wears down too over time. So I'm like, I don't even have the energy. I don't even care anymore. It's like, not that I don't care. I'm not depressed or anything like that. It's just like, I don't care about a lot of stuff. It's not that important to me, you know? It's just like, I value less and less is in my like priority list. And I see what actually has value, and what I thought had value back in the day really didn't. So, or really doesn't. But coffee still. I still value coffee because I drink it every day. But yeah, like, what did I value or thought was like so important back in the day? Well, I'll tell you one huge thing that I thought was important, which, like, specifically for me, I did not value myself like I do now. I put like everybody before me. You know, I got married super young. I thought I was super young. It was right when I turned 20 on my birthday is when I got married. So, you know, young, inexperienced. And then I became a mom like the next year. So like my whole focus was just on my kid and my family. And I neglected myself a lot. So that's one thing. If I could go back in time, I would tell myself to put myself, maybe not first, because, you know, you have to take care of a child. It's different, right? Because they're babies, they're little. So you have to put them like right up there, priority. But I would have to put me first for a lot of things. I don't know about you guys. What would you guys tell yourself? Shoot, even 20 years ago, What would be the advice you would give yourself, your younger self, your 20-year-old self? Guys, give me at least one thing. Put it on the comment. What is at least one thing that you would like advise yourself and tell yourself if you could go back in time? Those are always very interesting. And besides like that emotional type of thing, like put myself first, make myself a priority, take better care of myself, etc. Like besides that, for me, I would tell myself there will be market crashes. I had no idea about stock markets or anything like that. There will be housing crashes. There will be all kinds of stuff. Save your money, work, save your money and hoard your money until those crashes come. And then guess what? Buy everything that you can. Because at the same time, when there's a crash, like eventually things go back up and you can sell. That's like on the business side. That's what I would tell myself. And then being my 20-year-old self, like I would have looked at myself, telling myself like, weirdo, right? Like, ooh, I don't even get what you're saying. So would it even work, really? I don't know. Let's see. Miss Sky Blue, Miss Erica. I heard a life coach say that that it's common for women to be ready for life changes after their kids are grown because caretaking is a lot of work and it can be stressful. Oh my God, is it stressful? Whew. It's like, it's nonstop. It's nonstop. And for my situation, I had gone into the military and my ex-husband was in the military and that's where we met. And then, you know, we got married pretty quick. And then I found out that I was pregnant and then we had my daughter. So it was like, it just went really quick from like 18, 19, and then 20 when I got married, right? And I was 21 or right about almost 21 when I had Cora. So everything just went super fast from there. And yeah, it's very, very stressful, life changes. And I was like, okay, well, what's the point to my story? Sorry. Basically, it's really hard. And for me and for a lot of people, I think when you're away from family, which we were in like the whole other side of the US, I didn't really have many friends. And I'm not the type to make a lot of friends anyway. But like all my family, all my loved ones, the ones that could actually like give me a break for at least an hour so I can, you know, even take a nap or something, you know, like to kind of de-stress a little bit, because taking care of newborn, oh my God, it's nonstop. It's nonstop and it wears you out and it's exhausting. It's so exhausting. And I only had the one. I can't even imagine all like stair-stepped a bunch of kids. Let's see. E.T. You would tell yourself to buy less things and be minimalistic. Yeah, that's a good one. Because in turn, like you could save so much money of the stuff. Thinking about it, like, yeah, definitely be more minimalistic. Only, I would tell myself, buy one or two really, really good quality things you can afford and keep them forever. And you won't ever have to buy anything again. You won't have to waste your money on anything again. Let's see. Eliana Noodle Pear says, save, pay debt, buy an affordable home. Yeah, that would be a good one. Save and pay debt. For me, it's like, never borrow. Save your money, never borrow. Oh my God. It really depends, man, because I've had homes that are super cheap, but in areas where my seasonal allergies have been horrible, and even like buying a super cheap home and being able to afford all that stuff, I was miserable. My body was miserable. Like about half the year, I was feeling like crap with constant seasonal allergies. So I had to bite the bullet and move back to California, where it's more expensive, but I don't really get allergies, if at all, here. Let's see, Cindy. I'm taking a great amount of things for the free table. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that'll help you be able to downsize a lot. You want to share where you're going, Cindy? Where are you headed to? Where's the meetup? I kind of wish I could go to all those meetups, but for some reason, there's always something going on where I'm not able to, which kind of sucks. But hey, it is what it is. Let's see, Miss Erica says, I would tell my younger self that you know what's best for you. Everyone has opinions about how you should live your life, and that's okay, but you're the expert on you. Oh, that's a good one. That's a really good one. That's true. That's true. That is true. Like, no is a complete answer. And don't people please, right? Because I'm horrible at that. I was extremely horrible at that. Don't people please. I don't want to make anybody upset. I want to keep the peace. I want to just everybody love each other. Why are we fighting? It's not that big of a deal. You know, we're still this, we're still... Oh, I get that. But yeah, kind of like what I was saying at first. Like, I have to put me first, my stuff first. And it's hard. It's hard. And Cindy, save your extra money. Until when, Cindy? Till you can buy what? What are we saving the money for? I'm like curious. I kind of wish you guys were like right in front of me so I can ask you a whole bunch of questions. Because I know it's not the same to type it as to have a conversation. But man, yeah, to tell yourself, like, put yourself on top of your priority list. Take care of yourself, mentally, physically, you know, etc., etc. Yeah, people will always have an opinion, whether you think you're doing the right thing or not. People are going to see it as good, and other people are going to see it as not good enough. So it is what it is. Definitely save all your money. I would probably would have become a hippie in my 20s if I would have known the lifestyle. My family back then, and even now, they probably think like hippie, living in your car, living in an RV, oh my god, homeless, like crazy person, all the stereotypes, right? But then a lot of them see the purpose of, you know, the method to the madness. But I probably would have been a hippie in my 20s. I would have like traveled everywhere. Let's see. Save extra is good too, but if you have maintenance issues, let me see. So like for a vehicle or for an RV or anything like that, or for a house, because what they say, it's not if, but when things always break down, right? Things always break down. Yeah, that's why I try to, on my no budget budgeting, I don't budget. I don't like write stuff per se anymore. Like, it's all just in here. I already know like the things that I need to pay, excuse me, to pay and save for, and like what I need to do. It's just a lifestyle, like with anything else. It's just a lifestyle that you're accustomed to, and it's normal. You just live your life, right? But yeah, maintenance, repairing, fixing, or hiring somebody to fix and repair if you don't know how to do certain things, it comes with the territory. A boiler can explode, toilet and pipes break. Oh my god. You're not lying right there. Oh my gosh. Yeah, especially you in Colorado, I can imagine like the pipes freezing. You have to, I didn't know. I was raised in Southern California. That's where I was born and raised till I was about 18, 19. But I didn't know you had to like drip your faucet whenever it got to like freezing temperatures, which we don't hardly see them like that here. Um, so I wasn't aware of any of that. I didn't know. We grew up not using the AC, not using a heater. If you were cold, put a jacket on or layer up, put an extra blanket, something like that. If it was hot, you open up the windows and you have a fan, and like that was the extent of it. But we don't have the extreme weather like some other places do. Um, Mark says hi. Well, hello, Mark, or Marco, sorry. Marco Antonio Lopez. I'm sure you get like the Mark Anthony, right? Let's see. Noodle pair. My next home will have a electric boiler. Yeah, I like the electric ones. But even then, like the tankless ones, we put that in one of our tiny houses. Oh, what a difference. What a difference. At the turn of a switch, basically, like you turn on your hot water and I'll hear like the click or the something working with the tankless water heater, and then like endless hot water. You set it to whatever digital, it was digital. So you set it to whatever kind of temperature you want, and that's the hottest that it would get. It was amazing. I loved it. I loved it. Let's see, what will you do if you were ill and far away from a hospital? I'll start praying, and I hope that my cell phone has at least one bar of signal that I can call 911 and help me. Help me, Jesus. I will try to never put myself in a situation where I'm so isolated away from everybody and away from at least a decent distance away from a hospital, right? Like, I want there to be somebody close enough where, I don't know, something. I don't go to the middle of nowhere, for one. I usually stay around smaller to large size cities. So I'm not typically in the middle of nowhere by myself, especially. Yeah, no, I'm not. I maybe in the future, but I have not. So that's kind of scary. Like, on my phone, I have the location with a handful of people know my location, at least of my phone. Like, I could have dropped my phone and wandered off somewhere, and then they'll never find me. But there's a few people that have my actual location of my phone, so maybe that'll help. But I don't know. Let's see. And Cindy, you're going to courtside. Okay. Well, it is January, right? January, like towards the middle end of January is where they have the big thing over in Quartzsite. I don't know why I was thinking that was already over, but it just became January. I don't know. Do you think you will get solar for the van? Actually, I have solar, and yes, I have solar. I have a couple solar panels. They are the Bouge RV solar panels, and they're 200 watts a piece. I'm not sure if it'll fit. Both of them will fit up here because they're supposed to be like the more compact. Hi, Robin. Good morning. Good morning to Granny Prepper. So I'm not sure if both of them will fit there, but at least one of them will fit there. So in the future, I do plan to set one up there. But if anything, I'd rather just keep them inside the van and then just pull them out as I need to. But I do have solar. I'm gearing more towards like the solar, the batteries, instead of having like the butane, the propane, more of the tried and true old school methods. I'm going more like the new electric ways. Let's see. And Cindy says to use now. To use now for what? I'm already like lost. For the solar to use now, or for what? Um, Let's see, Dora, hello, hello. And Andrea, good morning. Good morning to you. Yeah, good morning and cheers to everybody. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm a little, maybe just a little traumatized. Before I moved to California from Oklahoma, we had this really gnarly hailstorm, and it had broken my previous van, the windshield. I got a few of those shattered cracks, whatever you call them, on my windshield for my van, and also my sticks and bricks that I had at the time. It broke my living room window, and it was just a nasty hailstorm. So I got kind of traumatized about that. Let me, if I put my solar up there, if something happens, then it's always the what if, right? Maybe nothing will ever happen to it. Maybe I can find a way to cover it while there's a nasty storm. You know, maybe that would be the solution. But I get a little paranoid, like, what if it damages? And so living in fear and not enjoying my solar, right? But that's why I haven't put them up there. I've just been delaying that. I've been procrastinating, I should say. But at the same time, I can just take them with me, you know, put them together, sandwich them with like a blanket, cover them up so they don't like rub and scrape each other, and then put them in the van when I'm going on a trip, and then I can pull them out if I happen to need to recharge them, recharge my batteries. Then, you know, I would do that. Let's see. And Marco Antonio Lopez. Hola Dora, mucho gusto en conocerla. Miss Granny Prepper. I came in late. Did something happen? No. No, Cora's doing good. I'm sorry, Noodle Pear, I skipped you. Cora is doing great. She's having some of her in-laws go visit her, so she's going to be making, I think she said, potato soup. So she's going to be hosting her mom-in-law, her grandma-in-law, and a few other people. So I think that'll be nice for her and her boyfriend. And I should know, right? I should know how far along she is, but I don't. Oh my God. I know she's in her second trimester now. And exactly how many weeks, I don't know, because she wasn't too sure. She is in the works of looking for a high risk OBGYN, just because she has previous medical issues and history and all that. But as far as like her actual pregnancy, she's doing great. She's doing great. No issues there. It's just because she has just different like autoimmune disorders, and then she had scoliosis surgery, so she has some rods and screws in her back and just different medical history. That's why they told her that she needs to look for a high risk doctor, just in case, but like everything's good. She's doing good, and there's been no issues or anything like that. So she's in the process of looking for an actual high risk OBGYN. Let's see. Uh-huh. Dora. Well, thanks, Dora. And Cindy says, I would have not believed the negative comments about me. Oh my gosh. That, yeah. Yep. Yeah. And Sky Blue, Granny Prepper, Dia asked if we could give our younger selves advice, and what would it be? Yeah. Yeah, I was asking if you could go back in time, even like to give advice 20 years ago to yourself or your 20-year-old self, what would it be? For me, put me first. be more selfish towards me, put myself as a priority. Not really be more selfish, but put myself as a priority, right? And then I mentioned the second thing I would tell myself is that there will be market crashes. There will be housing crashes. There will be so many opportunities to purchase, buy low, buy low, buy low, and sell high, and make millions, and never have to worry about money again. That's what I would tell myself. That's the secret to wealth. I don't think it's the easy way, because the span between those things happening are many, many, many years. So if you're working and saving until something happens, then it's a long time. But if when you're ready, something happens and you happen to be ready and you happen to have the money in your account, it's like boom, strike. Let's see. Yeah, and for Ileana, it's spend less. Granny Prepper. That's a good idea for sure. Don't get married. Right. Oh man, about getting married. Don't get married. Maybe I would have been extra picky of who I married. I would have, knowing now, right? Knowing what I know now, I would have said, marry the oldest, most wealthiest, decent man that you can find. And for me being a 20-year-old at the time, I would have been set for life. Tell myself that, or don't get married. Like if you don't find that, which at 20-year-old you are guaranteed to marry, because I mean you're the most youngest, most beautiful at that age, right? So hello. If I could give myself marriage advice as far as who to marry, I would have told myself, marry the most oldest, wealthiest man that yeah, that's what I would have told myself, right? Just keeping it real, guys. Let's see. Oh my goodness. But the don't get married, that's right up there with it, right? But at the same time, like, I would get married. I wouldn't marry the same one that I married. I would do that, right? Like, Robin, you understand what I'm saying. Oh my gosh, let me see, Ileana. Live with that person first sounds bad, but I should have done that. Yeah. Sometimes taking your sweet time to get to know somebody, with or without living with them, it is different when you actually live with them. You actually get to see what it actually would be like, right? But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, I'm here for the money now. Back in the day, I was there for love. Now, forget it. I'm here for the money. I'm not trying to live that struggle life anymore. Oh my gosh. Let me see. To know what I know now, back then. Yes, Douglas. If you knew what you knew back then, maybe that's why we're born not really knowing anything, right? Because our lives would be completely different. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Granny Prepper, 3 ex-husbands, and all 3 cheated. I don't know. I'd like to think that there are maybe a handful of men out there that are actually loyal, but the majority, I have not come across a man that is that loyal. They're loyal to themselves. Let's see, Cindy. Wondering why my phone is like 5 minutes behind and you kept asking me the same question. Oh, oh, isn't that funny? Sometimes it is. It's weird. Like you can like scoot um the live forward a little bit, but it is weird. I don't know why. It's okay, Cindy. You can rewatch it. You're wondering why I keep asking you, where are you going? Where in courtside? Where? What happened? What's going on? Oh my gosh. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, it would be either marry a very old wealthy man or don't marry anybody at all. That's what I would have told myself. Oh my gosh. Granny Prepper. It's like we're living the same life. You were, oh my god, the last one and I were together for 17 years and it fell apart. He is the trucker. Talk about truckers. Oh my god. Well, yeah, we were together for over 18 years. Same thing. Let's not talk about those bastards. Oh man. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You can tell me all you want. Mm, my gosh. Let's see, Dora. Día es muy excelente para preparar sus carros con todas las cosas que son las necesarias para personas. Felicidades. Well, thank you, Mom. She gets to see firsthand all my adventures, my projects. I take her on some of my adventures. Um, we've actually been roomies in the van for very short periods of time, and oh my god, that's been tough. That's been tough. But it'll be something that we will never forget. And we talk about, oh my god, we've been on so many adventures together. We've gone through it together. My gosh. I would not want to live with anybody for a long period of time in a minivan. That is too crowded. Way too crowded. It would have to be something bigger. At least an RV or something like that. But I need something bigger. A Sprinter van maybe, like Cindy's rig or bigger, to have two plus people, a dog, pets, whatever. For one person, a minivan is perfect. And any more people than that anymore, like even with a dog and yourself, I would like something bigger. Let's see. Miss Erica. We're older and wiser now. Yeah, we're older and wiser, and all I can do is try not to get upset and just laugh about things now, because there's no good point in getting mad. I just laugh about the dumbness that I used to do. My gosh. Tell myself like the southern ladies do, bless your heart. Bless my own heart, because my gosh. Let's see, Cindy. Oh my god, I just found my Jackery connector. Been looking forever. Cindy. You know what? I saw a video of a man that had converted his what is that? It's not a travel trailer. It's one of those like enclosed trailers, and then they make it into their own RV or their own little tiny house. And he had like little screws or hooks or whatever on the wall, and he would put all his wires and hook them onto there. That way he knew where they were at all times, instead of like putting them in a bag or a bin, a drawer, junk drawer, or anything like that, and then you can't find it. hang them on your wall, or have like one bag for all your connectors, and like everything goes back in there. Let me see. How's my Hello Kitty? I sleep with it every night. It's so squishy. I'm like, ooh, okay, good night. And then it sleeps right next to me. I don't even want to put my head on it because I feel like I'm going to dirty it or something. Like I'm going to have all this loose hair on my poor Hello Kitty. So I just give her a tap. I'm like, okay, good night. And we sleep right next to each other. Oh my gosh. That's how my Hello Kitty's doing. It's my companion. Let's see, Miss Robin. We talked about that, Dia. Truckers are a special kind of crazy, and the spouse is crazy too. You're not lying there, Robin. We are crazy. We are like who's crazier? The crazy or the one that's with the crazy, right? I think we know the answer to that one. Oh my gosh. Let's see, Cindy. I always put things where I can find them, but I forget where they're at. Oh dear. Yeah. So if you have like a set place where you can put like some hooks, or like you can actually like visually see it, if that doesn't bother you, maybe by where you had your closet or your fridge, put some hooks there and like always hook them there. They're handy, they're accessible. Let's see, Ileana. I love pillows. I bought one for my legs. It helped with leg swelling. It really does. Like if you elevate, or if you like when you're sleeping, and not to like just elevate your legs, but to like elevate them like that and put something in between, that's kind of a comfortable position too. Say, we're getting better, says Robin. Yeah, maybe so. I don't know. I'm just like, I'm not. It's been 3-4 years since I got divorced, and I have no desire at all to get married again, to be with somebody, to have a relationship, like an actual like serious relationship. I don't want to deal with any of that. I don't know. Maybe I was like traumatized. I am not wanting to deal with any of that. I'm telling you guys, I just want to like pair my life, make it as simple as possible, and just like have such a peaceful, relaxing, do whatever I please kind of life. Like it's me, it's my turn. That's all I want now. And then to just visit some of my family, which includes Cora, and hopefully be near her and her baby as often as possible. But like that's all really what I desire now. Everything else is not that important. At least to me. Like, I don't know. It is what it is. It's not what I thought was so important, and we had to have like our ducks in a row when we had to do to-do lists and like check off all kinds of stuff, and that doesn't even matter. But because where I am now, right? It's different. If I can go back in time, like I mentioned, that would be way, way different. Yeah. 20 years ago, if I could go back in time, that would be different. But now, I don't even care. I haven't met I haven't met a man that yet that will change my mind. He'll have to be quite the man. Let's see. Good, don't wait until you're my age to realize that I'm better off alone. Right? Right. Yeah. Let's go. Time to go do adventures, to live my own life, right? So right now I'm just working on having my emergency fund once I fund that, then I'll feel more at ease, and I'll feel like I can start traveling and venturing a little bit and not having to worry about, oh my God, if I don't work, I don't get paid. If I don't get paid, I can't pay my bills. If I can't, blah, blah, blah. You know, at least I'll have a little buffer where I'm like, you know what? I can take a week off. I can take a month off and like go adventure and relax. And then, you know, the crappy jobs are always out here. Like they're a dime a dozen. They're everywhere. So I can always go back and get another job. And it's not like a career. It's not like, you know, I'm a lawyer, I'm a doctor. I would get just basic minimum-ish wage jobs anyway. So like they're everywhere. Nobody wants those. So they're always available. Let's see. Dora Valenzuela. Coffee Club Dia, and a whole bunch of emojis. Yes, it's all about me these days. I'm starting to look for a house. Good for you, Robin. Good for you. It is. It is. That's. I'm not quite there yet. I'm hoping that I still have at least another 20 years before like I need to worry about like really settling down, because I'm thinking, okay, I'm in my 40s, so I would say about 60s I would actually like to have somewhere where, you know, I might have a little house, or you know, somewhere where I'm not really like moving and going and going and having to find where am I going to park, where am I going to go, what RV park is available, blah blah blah. I would like to be a bit more settled by then, because I know I'm not going to want to go back and forth and have to do all that unless it's like the short trips, vacations. But like as a full-time, I don't know. I don't think I would. But well, they always talk about the exit plan. So for me, I go back and forth about all these different ideas that I would like. But when I get down to it, and I have conversations with Cora often about all this stuff, and I talk to her like, oh man, I would love to just buy an RV and travel. I would love to get like a big old Sprinter van, a Class B, and then I just want like the one vehicle. I don't want to have to worry about towing anything or having like multiple different things that I need to take care of. And like, I just, like I keep mentioning, I just want to simplify it. So even having like a smaller travel trailer and having my van, something that small enough where my van can tow it and I can like travel with it, like that would be like the most that I would do before like not mentioning to like buy a house or anything like that, just like the now. I would do that in combination. And then I think, okay, well, dang, later if I get older and I have like medical issues or something happens, like then what am I gonna do? Like, will I need a house? Will I need an apartment? Like, I would need some like regular place if I have more medical issues, somewhere where I can be more stable. I don't know. And then I think, well, I mean, there's a lot of older men and women that I see in RV parks, and they manage just fine. I even have a neighbor. He's still young enough where, you know, he can take care of himself, but he's missing a leg. So he has a wheelchair, and that stays outside because he has a very small travel trailer. So that the wheelchair stays outside, and I think he like just kind of scoots his way, or maybe just sits on the bed. I don't know. I haven't been like in his rig, but I see him outside, and he only has the one leg. So I mean, you can still move around. Like, it just depends on what the seriousness of your illness, or you know what happens. But I'm like, this is a good balance that I would think that would still be affordable for me, because if I come up to what, 65, 67, 70, whatever the age at the time that I'm able to retire, what, however I mean, maybe by then they require you to be 100 years old before you can retire and get a pension or something, right? But I think even having a small travel trailer and having my van would be even a good long-term thing to do, because I can always like park it at an RV park, have all the hookups, have all those amenities, have a home, and have my vehicle. And I can do that now, and I can do it, when I get to be in my 60s, 70s, 80s, and however long I happen to live. Because I thought about, okay, well, what if I get another house? What if I get this? What if I get that? And it's just, for me personally, it seems like it's more of a flexible thing, an affordable thing. And then not wanting to get married is just going to be me, right? So I have to make sure I can afford it. And I think that is what the future plan for me is. Like, I don't know how long I'm going to be in this motorhome. So I'll be in the motorhome for as long as I can be in the motorhome, but it's borrowed, it's my brother's. So I mean, eventually I'll have to have my own. And that's what I'm thinking. After I fund my emergency fund, then I'll start saving for either a small travel trailer, or maybe like I don't really want another vehicle like a Sprinter van or anything like that, because then you have to keep insurance, you have to maintain it. It's another motor, it's another expense that I don't know. I just don't. Oh, and then you guys, I keep forgetting, and then it's been popping up on YouTube a lot more. But like the BLM, the LTVA or whatever, the long-term things where you're like $1 a day or 20 something, 30 something dollars for the month. You can stay there, and I've been super curious to try that. It probably won't be anytime soon. Maybe, I don't know, maybe next year. Shoot, I don't know. But I want my emergency fund funded first, and then I'm going to go and start experimenting. Because if I can work part of the year, like let's call it half of the year, I'm in Southern Cali or whatever, and I'm working and I'm saving and saving and doing whatever, that will then, the 6 months, whatever I can save, then I can go to like that long-term visitors something. I don't know what the LTVA thing stands for, but like around Quartzsite or that kind of area. On the winter, around winter time, fall, winter, and some of spring, I think you can stay there for super cheap. And then all I have to do is pay my like bare bones basic bills from what I saved working the previous 6 months. So that would be something that in the future I would like to try out and see how that works, versus paying like the $700 to $1,500 at an RV park like every single month. Let's see, Miss Noodle Pear. When someone looks for a home, also check out LoopNet. Okay, .net. Oh, okay. For business, for sale. I have seen some homes with hair salon business for 170 and oh, you know what? Also, some of those, like when people don't pay their property taxes, I think a lot of them might sell like at auctions or something, and you can pay their property taxes, and you have a chance to purchase the home for super cheap or things like that. But then a lot of those are like really destroyed, so you'll have to fix it. But if you really want a home, they're super cheap to get into it that way. And depends on what state, you can find them extremely affordable. So it doesn't have to be like New York, California prices. It could be like still like 40,000, 30,000, 60,000, well below 100,000 to purchase a home. There are so many out there. It's just in states that nobody really cares to live unless they have to, or they were born there and they're used to it. Let's see. Granny Prepper. It's harder to stealth camp in a travel trailer. If you need to leave in a hurry, you get out of to get out of bed and like slide into the driver's seat and leave. Yeah, it really is. It really is. That's why I kind of like, I don't know. I like the comfort. Like it's always a battle, you know. How even like now people I see a lot of people like, "Oh, we're stealth camping." Like, no, you're not. No, you're not. We know what you're doing. Everybody knows what you're doing. You're not that stealthy. I see the videos. People have like stickers and their window covers, and it doesn't look like dark tint. It looks like the reflectix, the shiny things poking out. You have the curtains, you know, like this. You have the solar up top. You have like, it all screams, I'm living in my vehicle, or at least I'm camping out of it. And there's nothing stealthy about it. Everybody can see it, especially how popular it is now. And even saying, oh, we're stealth camping, and they're in an RV. What is so stealthy about you pulling up somewhere, parking somewhere in your RV? We know you're in there. We know you're living in there. But yeah, I know you're talking about something completely different, Granny Prepper. But like, yeah, that's why I like the minivan. The car was a little harder to try to like, you know, maneuver my way from the very back to the front. Like I felt like a contortionist, I think it's called. Like you had to like crawl your way in there. This one's a lot easier, you know. It's a bigger space here. But yeah, I that's why I like that. That's why I would like a class B, or just a regular full-size van, just the space, and just be able to like hop in my my driver's seat, crank it, and take off. Like that is a huge difference versus pulling a trailer. Now you'll get the comfort, you can like separate your driving vehicle from your trailer, and it's nice to just like get that separation. But like as far as like emergency, especially as a female by yourself, that is a huge concern that I think most of us women have. Let's see, Miss Robin, you want a full-size van? Yeah. Yep. I just don't know. Like I think the GMC Sienna is one of like the better ones that I've heard, like as far as reliability, and you know, kind of like a Toyota, kind of like a Honda, things like that. But I don't know. I would have loved to have a bigger van, but at the same time, I wanted to have like better fuel mileage, and like to get the best of both worlds plus what I can afford, blah 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 blah. So I ended up getting a Toyota Sienna, which like I'm still where I'm young enough where I can bend, I can crawl on my knees, I can like a pretzel back here, you know, if I need to do something. You know, I have that ability still. But if I was a bit older, I would definitely go with something where I can just stand up and I can walk and I don't have to like hunch over. Like that makes a big difference too. Granny Prepper, yeah, stealth camping in an RV. No. Right? Yeah, some people swear they do, and they make videos, and then you get like a ton of views on them. I don't know what some people do, but I guess they're more entertaining. They might be more entertaining. I don't know. Oh, Cindy. Yeah, I'm old. Like it makes a big difference. Like you get older, and just physically it's harder. It really is. So, like I see how my mom just struggles to climb up a couple steps into the RV. And of course, I'm just like, blip, blip, blip. I just climb up there like nothing. But I see her, like, as she gets older, she is struggling more to like move around and to just do different things. And Granny Prepper, I'm old, fat, and not flexible. So yeah, it makes a difference. It really does. But yeah, I think that would be one of my top options to have that flexibility in the future. Um, right now I'm like, if a shit hit the fan situation happened, I would definitely be living comfortably in my van, and I would have to get a storage unit because I have enough things to house a home base plus my van. So everything can't fit in here and me living in here. So I would have to bite the bullet and spend the $100 a month. But yeah, I would be living in my van for a shorter period of time, a few months, maybe a year. I don't know. I don't like to like be like, I can only live, or I will only be in my van for 6 months, or I don't know. It just depends. It really depends on what's going on. I don't know, but I would have a storage unit. I would have to have one. And then live in my van until I figure it out. Like that. That's why I like it. That's why I named my beautiful van Shit Hit the Fan Van, plus my daily driver. Like, I'm just as happy as a clam because I'm able to have it. I know a lot of people, I see them, especially when I was full time, more in Southern Cali, in like the San Diego, LA areas, not the desert areas, which I see the homeless people here too. But I'm so grateful to at least be able to have a vehicle for an emergency like that, because I don't want to be out on the street walking, the sun burning me. I look like I'm just crisped up and not really be able to get a decent shower, a place to sleep. Like, I I feel fortunate. I feel fortunate, you guys, even just having like a minivan. I feel very fortunate because I see those poor homeless people that are actually like in tents, and they look miserable. They look miserable, and I do not want that. I do not. Granted, a lot of them get into like the drugs or alcohol, and they just spiral down, so they probably look worse than what it was. But no, if I'm able to, I will have at least a car. I would even get a car, get me a job, get a car, or keep a job, keep a car. But oof, no, I can't. But anyhow, I'm over here just in my own world, just thinking out loud. Oh gosh, yeah. So a full size van is what I would recommend. Definitely. A full size van, because you can sleep sideways. You don't have to have the bed like I have it, front to back. That takes up a lot of like nice living area. So a full size van, you can sleep sideways, and then like the whole middle part of the van can be your, depends on what you prioritize, your huge walk-in closet, or your huge kitchen, or your huge bathroom, or whatever you happen to enjoy. You can make it however you want. It's like an open canvas. Let's see, I had a van when my 3 kids were little. It was fun. Did you happen to go camping, or was it just fun because it was a lot of space and they can like jump around, run around? I don't know. What'd you think it was? Why did you think it was fun? Because back in the day, when I was little, my dad would usually have a pickup truck, a small pickup truck. Oh, for lots of space? Okay. Yeah, because my dad would have a pickup truck, and I think my mom is the one that ended up putting a twin size bed in the back, and there was 3 of us kids. So we would be in the back, and my parents would ride up in the front, and we would be like jumping and sleeping back there, road tripping, like having our snacks and playing around and everything. So I remember that being fun. Also, my mom had, I think, a Chevy Blazer, and us 3 kids would be back there, and same thing. We would jump around and everything, but we were like really little, where, back then it wasn't like this mandatory, how the seatbelts and the car seats and all that stuff. So like we would be all over, jumping all over. My poor mom probably driving her nuts, but and then when I got older, I would take shotgun the front seat, the front passenger seat, and I would hand her like snacks and talk to her, be the radio monitor, put the cassette tapes and everything. And my 2 brothers would be in the back playing around, horse playing, all that stuff. I remember doing all that on road trips. But yeah, now I I had a minivan before Cora was born, and before I left the house, I would ride around in a minivan that my parents had at one point. But I like the space. The space makes a huge difference. Even having seats, like you can take the whole family, and being a Hispanic Latino, we have a lot of people that always want to ride in the vehicle. So having a van or having a third row seat type of vehicle is very handy. But yeah, I like a lot of space. Like Cindy, darn, I should have been recording this task moving and downsizing. I always forget. Yes, Cindy, you have a lot of opportunity to just like show us what you're doing, record and everything. Content, everything is content. That's what Cora tells me. Everything is content. Even me, like just sitting here doing nothing, looking, people watching or whatever, that's content. Let's see, noodle pear. My dad had a Pinto, a Carmen, yeah, Fiero, any small car. He would take the whole family in a small car. I'm telling you, you would fill up the seats, and then you would have people sitting on top of the people that would fill up the seats, right? Oh, that was just the norm. That's what people did. I still see people do that from time to time, but that's what it was. It didn't matter. We all had lowriders, and because we had a lot of people, not because we made them lowriders, right? Because there was a whole bunch of people riding in the cars. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I think my mom at one point had a little station wagon too. And however many people she can fit, she would fit in there. And let's go. Let's take a trip. Oh, now I'm like, no way, no way. Like, it was hard for me to get rid of the middle row seats too, because I want all those seats. I think, well, what if? What if I have other people that I want to ride around? I have like 3 extra seats with seatbelts. And I'm like, really, Dia, how often do you ride people around besides like maybe 1, tops 2 people in your van on occasion? So I don't even need seats in the back. Then I was like, well, what about when I go see Cora? What if I want to take her and the grandkid later? Well, I have 3 extra seats in the very, very back in some kind of emergency. I can push all my stuff forward and pop those seats up if I had to, but I'm like, I just have to get rid of them, get over it, get past it, get rid of the seats, and actually enjoy what I'm doing, because it was just too crowded in there. And now I have so much room. What a difference a foot or 2 makes, right? All right, you guys. I think I've went on here long enough. It's gonna be like 2 hours, an hour and a half now. I will say thank you. Thank you so much for all the wonderful comments and questions and everything. Yeah, for sharing what you would do, what you would advise your 20-year-old self. That was really interesting. I like to see what people come up with, what they value, and all kinds of stuff like that. But yes, Cindy, start recording everything, even if it's shorts. Shorts are easy. You can not even like have to have internet, just record like a minute, 30 seconds, and then kind of like clip it and add it to your shorts and just kind of show us what you're doing. So anyhow, bye you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by, for saying hi, for commenting, for showing love, support, all that good stuff. I really appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Do the I love you. Bye. See you next Sunday.